Week number 2 is here. Golden T-Mobile World Championship qualifying. Mr. Bond takes on Phil Rumley. Tundra Peak, 18 holes, and we are off and running. That is the illustrious one. That's Phil Rumley. Has not met a shot that a javelin couldn't get to. We will see how he fares against the strapping young man from Texas, Houston's own Travis Bond. Travis, multiple Golden T-Mobile World Championships. Phil Rumley trying to get to his very first. Phil off and running early. Here we go. Javelin on the way. Count it. Phil Rumley, 13,000 great shot points. Holds out hole number 1 with a high lofted club and throws it up in the air beautifully. That's why Phil Rumley is Phil Rumley, and you are not. Here's Travis. The other way to go about this. Sniper, that's left. The swipe was left, and he misses, and he trails by 1 early to Phil Rumley. Hi, everybody. I'm Chad Schrump. Hole number 2. Phil is going to lay back here. Now, I don't often do this. I normally will hit a Maniacs with a high tee driver and get as close as I can. Like Travis, it's barely going to clear. It'll skip and just clears, but he will have a good shot in. Phil with a 6-iron grabber. This is going to land just past the cup, but it will not come back to the hole. Now, Travis tries to tie this thing up. 9-iron. The line looks really good. It is just short. How many great shot points? 7,000 for Travis's effort. GSPs do not matter, essentially, in this match. I mean, we'll get to see the replay when someone gets a great shot point. But as far as this match goes, if we were tied after 18 holes, we will play sudden death. On the back 9, the first player to win a hole outright will be your Week 2 Golden T-Mobile World Champion qualifier, joining the illustrious, and I like to use that word today, the great Ryan Tusky. Oh, look at Phil just dropping bombs, a sniper right on top of that pin on hole number 3. Let's look at it again. With Phil Rumley, we might get a absolute boatload of replays. Almost made that one. That was a great shot from Phil. One hop, and it comes to a complete stop. Here's Travis trying to match. That wind's bringing it back towards the hole and past the hole, and that does not make it. But that's a chipper or a Ranger putter. And Travis is in. Excellent putt from Travis Bond. And Phil will clean up his little putt on hole number 3. So still a 1-stroke lead for Phil. Phil's going to go up top here on this top shelf. Clears this mountain face and lands on the landing zone. He will have a really good shot into this green. Let's see where that pin is. If that pin's in the very back, both players should challenge this hole. A front pin, not quite as appealing. Oh, it's all systems go. Travis, he swiped that a little bit left, but that still looks good. This is going to bounce to the left and just slide to the left. He misses, out of range of great shot points. I think that bad swipe cost him there. Here's Phil. This is going to dive straight left. Here it comes, and not quite enough. Phil put too much on that to the right side, hoping for a bigger break. Did not get it. And he will also tap in with a Ranger. And so does Travis. He makes his putt standard from the green, and still 1-stroke lead for Rumley. We have played 4 holes. We're now on the drivable 5th. Sometimes challenging. Oh, looky here. That is a beauty. Great line from Phil Rumley. Thought for just a moment that might challenge the pin. Here is Travis. Needs to take a big kick. And there it comes. A very similar shot from one Travis Bond. So Mr. Bond will make his putt in just a moment. First, Phil Rumley's going to make his, and Travis will tap in. And we move on to hole 6. This match is flying when you see no mistakes. Only reason it's taken this long so far is because Phil gets great shot points on every hole. Damn it, Phil. All right, there's his drive. I think Travis will do a very similar shot. Put that sniper right in between that left and right trap, and then shoot onto this elevated green. Just a little bit. Got to get over this top fairway, up to the green, and then it goes down sharply. This is a down 5. This will run towards the cup. How aggressive will the players be? Not very on that one. Phil is a very aggressive player. Let's see how far he wants to take this hole on. Does he get it all the way to the jar? Here she comes. GSP? No. That's 6 or 7 feet. What is it? 6 feet, no love. I hate it. I hate it. There's no point in it. There's really nothing worse than a league match. A 300-yard shot, 6 feet, no love, when you probably would have gotten 15 to 20,000 great shot points. But I digress. GSP, as we stated, does not really matter. My whinings and cryings, well, that's for another day with another audience. So here is Mr. Bond, Phil Rumley, safely on the green. Both players will run this javelin at this cup. Travis, very nice. That should reward him with some great shot points, and it doesn't. My God, did we go back-to-back holes with 6 feet, no love? Someone call the damn attorney. Travis Bond, you were robbed, sir. I guess I would call the police before I would call an attorney, but whatever. Here is Phil. Going to throw a grabber up here that will stop and settle in. Travis with the Maniacs. I think Phil called a match last week on another platform, Purple Schlubs. Check it out. And I think he made a great point. I mean, who knew that almost any ball could land on top of that shelf with no problem? Everyone used the Maniacs forever. Here's Phil again. This is going to challenge. That's more great shot points. Let's watch this one again. Let's watch the expertise that is one Phil Rumley. Phil knows you just got to get this green barely. Just want to let it run because that is downhill. You're coming from an elevated tee shot, or actually, you're coming from a high shelf down onto this down green. Who cares? Here it is. Let you see it from Bond. You know what the problem is? I can hear my dog barking in the background, and it's starting to bother me. Ask my son to take care of it, and he has not. Phil Rumley, 4 feet, gets his great shot points. Onwards we go. Let's be professional. Hole number 9. Not a bad look. Does this get all the way there, or will Phil have a chip? Okay. Ooh, now that could have been kind of ugly if he hits the front of that rock. I don't know where that shoots. Travis going to go for it, and he also will have a chip. Are we using snipers, or we go? Oh, my goodness. Ranger money. Phil Rumley, what a dangerous shot. Here's Travis. And Travis decided he was going to live for another day. He was not going to run that off the back of the green. And he will birdie hole number 9. And we will go to hole 10 with Phil Rumley in command. A 2-stroke lead for Michigan's Phil Rumley. Born in Europe, born in England to be precise, has spent most of his life in pure Michigan, trying to play in his very first World Championship. And it's not because Phil wasn't good enough. Phil and Las Vegas were never going to happen. And now that Worlds will be in Chicago in July, Phil is making his run. Here he comes again. More great shot points. Oh, yes. 10,000 at least. 9,000 at least. Good shot, Phil. Very nice. This match probably would be on hole 14 or 15 if one Phil Rumley didn't try to point everything. Phil, the points don't really matter. Calm down. Quit trying to be a tryhard. Travis, you need this one. Swipe looks pretty good. Just wants to get on the green, and that's going to end up right. The weight was nice. Going to be about 6 feet out. 7 feet. No points again for Travis. No hole out for Travis, and he trails by 2. But I will say this. Travis, one of the very best players in the world. I would say Travis, Phil, both top 10. And on this back 9, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, all kinds of fun stuff can happen. This match is by no means over. Phil's in great position, but he's playing Travis Bond, and Travis can play Golden T-Mobile. Travis will drive this Maniacs. I think Phil will go first. All right, it's Travis first. And that is left again. Travis is battling a left swipe. Here's Phil, 3-iron sniper. That just slides past on the left as well. So Travis avoids a 3-stroke deficit, makes his putt, keeps the lead at 2. We will move on to hole number 12. It is a par 3. And this will be a... Ooh, Phil, that was not one of your better swipes. And he parks that thing about 15 feet away, and that will be a birdie. Here is Travis, grabber. I love a grabber here. It's going to drop down towards that cup some. Take some of that down 6, but he didn't get it on line, and it wasn't deep enough. But 2 good birdies, and we'll move on to hole 13, par 4. 13, par 5. I don't know that I have ever, and I mean ever, made this many mistakes in a match. And you know what? Frankly, I'm all for it. Let's see how many I can make in one match. For those of you saying that I watch the match and make my predictions based on it, no. No. It is the last thing I'm ever going to do is watch 2 of these and then call them both. Anyway, here we go. Phil Rumley with a sniper. Takes just a little bit off this. Wants to plant it just past the cup. Easy putt, 2-stroke lead. Travis needs to get aggressive, and he is. A 1-iron sniper. Does he weigh it properly? He does, but that's a little left. We'll watch that one again. Almost 10,000 great shot points for Phil or Travis. Oh, there's another one. Hey, someone keep tally. Someone keep tally, because this is turning into a shit show. All right. Oh, too soon. Anyway, Mr. Bond, Phil Rumley, we're going to move on to hole number 14. It starts to get serious now. You're playing the 5 toughest holes on this golf course, and it begins here on 14. The drive is somewhat tough. It is almost impossible to land in fairway. Phil will not. He'll be hitting out of the dirt. And then you're hitting to an elevated green. Travis with a little slurve, trying to put a little left to right action on that so you get a fairway shot. Nope. Good try, Travis. It's just very difficult to land on this fairway. Phil, clubs up. The weight looks fantastic, Phil Rumley. Another good shot from Phil. He is striping it right now. Travis has to make something happen. Needs it quickly. That is short. I understand why it's short. You don't want to go deep here. You can almost guarantee losing a stroke. But Travis has to know that he's probably down at this point after the birdie on 9. I know 9 was tough, but you got to expect a top 10 player to make that chip, and he did. Here's Phil. Going to go all the way. I would love a grabber here and let it come down just a little bit more to give yourself 5 or 6 less feet of putt to make. Travis going with the javelin. He's going to run this right at it. I love it. Travis, run. Might get GSP. Doubt it. Travis never does in this match, and he won't this time either. Here's, oh my God. I'm at a loss. Phil misses it. I mean, I've seen plenty of those putts go. That one does not go. Phil, 54 feet, makes it. His lead like that is gone. 2-stroke lead, gone. What a shot from Mr. Bond. Hits a very difficult javelin, very gutsy, extremely gutsy. Runs it all the way to the cup, makes something happen. Phil uncharacteristically misses a huge putt, runs it down Mount Everest. And boys and girls, boy oh boy, we have a ball game. Hole 16, par 5. This looks good. This is going to slide left. It'll be an uphill left breaker for Eagle. Phil shouldn't have a problem with this either. This might get close. I would imagine Phil Rumley is absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. Let's see if he can make it happen. That is a Ranger chipper, and he's in. Can Travis make his left 7? He does. Remember, if we're tied after 18, we will play sudden death holes. I have not looked at how much time's on this timer. I don't know if this match will be over in 2 holes, so I'll be just as surprised as the rest. Oh, my God. Well, I don't think it's going to go extra holes now. Travis floats this sniper up in the air, and it does not come close to having enough to get there. Can Phil get his all the way to the green? That is a 5-iron orbit, and he is safely on. Phil has recovered. Phil has recovered. Travis battled back, made a great shot. A great shot on hole 15 that gives it all back here on the par 3 17th hole. Jim Zielinski, you dirty dog, you have designed a course and done it again. You took out one of the world's best. Phil Rumley, 2-stroke lead going into 18. Just needs to land this. Oh my gosh. What? What? Oh, I know people are going to be replaying that one, especially Travis. How in the world did that stay on the green? Travis leaves himself one of the hardest putts in the history of golf. But he makes it. Beautiful, Travis. Phil Rumley somehow stays on the green on 18 and has done it. One of the most popular players in Golden Tee Mobile history will be playing in his first ever Golden Tee World Championship. Phil Rumley has done it. We will see you next week for another exciting match.